All right, let's get right into it. What if I told you that your brain has a default setting, and it's actively, fundamentally designed to make you lose money? For real. It's like a pre-installed piece of malware that's probably costing you cash right now. Let's break it down.
I mean, really think about it. You find 50 bucks on the street, you're like sick, and your day gets a little better. But what if you lose 50 bucks? Ugh, your whole day is wrecked. You replay it in your head over and over and over. That crazy imbalance, that totally skewed emotional gut punch, that's not a you problem. That is the glitch.
So this thing actually has a name. It's called loss aversion. And listen, it is not a personality flaw. It's a cognitive bias, hardwired into pretty much all of us. You can think of it like a bug in your brain's operating system that just completely messes with your financial judgment. It makes you feel the sting of a loss way, way more intensely than the high of a win.
And look, this isn't just some vague feeling we all have. Scientists and economists, using something called prospect theory, have actually put a number on it. The psychological pain of taking a loss is scientifically measured to be about twice as powerful as the pleasure you get from an equal gain. That is a 2-to-1 emotional beatdown every single time.
So, okay, how does this little brain bug actually show up when you're trading or investing? Well, it has a very specific symptom, a pattern of behavior that's called the disposition effect. This is where the theory becomes a very real problem for your wallet.
And this chart just lays it out perfectly. Because the pain of losing is so intense, we hate making a loss real by selling. We just can't bring ourselves to click the button. But we are desperate to feel that little hit of pleasure from a win, even a tiny one. And the result? Well, you can see it right here. Traders are up to 1.7 times more likely to sell a winning stock than a losing one. You're literally cutting your flowers and watering your weeds. It is the exact opposite of what you're supposed to be doing.
Now, yeah, this isn't just some bad habit with no consequences. It has a real price tag. Consistently selling your winners way too early and holding on to your losers for way too long can slash your annual returns by an estimated 3 to 5%. Over time, that is a massive, massive drag on your account.
So what's the culprit? What's fueling this whole mess? It all comes down to our obsession with the reference point, which is usually just the price where we bought in. We get totally fixated on just getting back to even on a losing trade, and we ignore all the new information that's screaming at us to just get out. That old price becomes this heavy anchor that literally drowns your future profits.
Okay, this next part is a huge unlock for a lot of people. We tend to mix up being risk-averse with being loss-averse, but they are completely different animals. One is a smart strategy, and the other is an emotional trap. Knowing the difference? Total game changer.
Let's just break it down nice and simple. Risk aversion, that's rational. It's choosing a guaranteed 50 bucks over a risky coin flip for 100. It's smart. It's about avoiding uncertainty. But loss aversion, that's 100% emotional. It makes you do two totally irrational things. You start gambling by doubling down on a loser just to avoid the pain of being wrong, and you play it super safe, snatching a tiny profit on a winner just to avoid the fear of it turning against you. One is about strategy, the other is just reacting to fear and pain.
So as you can imagine, this emotional glitch leads to some truly classic portfolio-destroying mistakes. They're so common and so deadly to your account, you can think of them as the 4 horsemen of loss aversion. Okay, first up, holding losers till the end. This is where you write a bad stock all the way to zero, just because selling it would mean admitting you made a mistake. The second horseman, moving your stop loss. You set a smart safety net, but when the price gets close, you get scared and you move it down, replacing a solid rule with a desperate prayer. Third, averaging down on a bad bet. This is just throwing good money after bad, hoping to fix your entry price while you're actually just digging a much deeper hole. And finally, panic selling at the bottom. The fear just gets so overwhelming you capitulate and hit sell, usually at the exact point of maximum financial pain and maximum future regret.
All right, that was the bad news. The good news? You are not doomed to make these mistakes forever. You can actually fight back against your own brain. So let's get into the cheat codes you can use to debug your own flawed programming.
Okay, here are 5 super powerful cheat codes. Number 1, set ironclad rules when you are emotionless. That means you define your entry, your exit for a win, and your stop loss for a loss before you ever get into the trade. Write it down. Make a contract with your future emotional self. 2, automate your wins. Use tools like trailing stops that automatically follow a stock's price up and lock in your profits. It takes that whole should I sell now emotional roller coaster out of your hands. 3, analyze your missed profits. MFE just stands for Maximum Favorable Excursion, which is a fancy way of asking, after I sold my winner, how much higher did it actually go? Forcing yourself to see the money you left on the table is a really powerful, if painful, teacher. 4, and this one's huge, reframe how you think about losses. And finally, number 5, think in percentages, not dollars. A 5% loss is a 5% loss, whether it's on a $100 trade or a $10,000 trade. This keeps your decision-making logical and your emotions in check.
And that fourth step, that's really the core of this whole thing. This quote says it all. You have to burn this into your brain. View losses as a business expense, not a personal failure. They are the cost of being in the market. I mean, a restaurant has to buy food, right? A trader has to take small, manageable losses. It's not a failure. It is just the cost of doing business.
So look, here's the bottom line. Your brain has a built-in bug that is actively working against your financial success. But now you know what it is, you know how it works, and you know how to fight it. So the only question left is, what's it going to be? Are you going to let some prehistoric brain glitch run your wallet, or are you going to use these cheat codes and take back control?